Hello, everybody out there in the YouTube world of the internet with all the sour hatred that we know that is going to come our way. William Morris here, Eugene Morris, Nathaniel Reyes is joining us via Skype. We look ridiculous.
And that's why we're in the stupid earplugs, because we're Skype, and there'll be a hell to edit afterwards. So.
Yeah.
Hi, Nate.
Great. So yeah, that's why we look hella retarded right now. Okay.
Speaking of retarded,
a lot of you already know our POV about this whole thing, but we figured we might as well give our reaction anyway.
contracts and the sort.
Yeah. All right, so
Just get
let the fight begin.
Let's just get this over with.
Goku. Superman. Titans of power, champions of unimaginable might, endlessly requested to fight each other. Again. I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
All right. Digging the orchestra.
It's gonna be in 3D?
Maybe.
Why don't you be all in 2D?
That'd be quite a weird twist if it was all in a 2D fight, like the sprites. That would be weird.
It'd be like
I don't
NES graphics.
For sure.
Or what, you already got spoiled some way?
Well, we saw the trailers.
Oh, okay. Better.
Created by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, Superman entered the world on the cover of Action Comics #1 in 1938.
It's pretty actiony.
He was the first, and his success paved the way for the superhero genre. The Man of Steel is righteous, courageous, selfless, a perfect Boy Scout. Very inspirational, but man, does it get boring sometimes. Siegel and Shuster were the sons of Jewish American immigrants and knew firsthand what it was like living in a world where they felt alien. Thus, this became the basis of Superman's story. You know how it goes. His scientist dad found out his homeworld Krypton was getting a bit too explosive and sent his son off to Earth to save him. On Earth, Superman's Kryptonian cells can absorb solar radiation from the yellow sun, giving him awesome strength, speed, durability, flight, and the power to shoot heat from his eyes, which can be large enough to vaporize a planet or precise enough to perform lobotomies. Superman was so powerful he could carry entire solar systems on his back, or obliterate them with his
Achoo.
wings. But over 75 years, Superman has changed quite a bit, including going through 2 separate reboots, which we will be focusing on today. These reboots lessened his insane power, not exactly by altering his abilities, but by changing his outlook. Upon discovering his alien powers, the new Superman rejected them, unintentionally instilling mental barriers on his powers, which he would work to unlock through the rest of his life. Sort of
Alright.
like when you drink too much and don't remember the night before.
Run,
so you
Forrest,
go
run! No, I'm just kidding.
figuring out
Run,
how you
Forrest,
got yourself
run!
a dozen kangaroos
E.T.
compared to land. Don't ask. And
Alright.
then, in 1996, the world changed. Dragon Ball Z came to America.
Yeah, cha.
Dragon,
Yeah,
Dragon,
chala.
Dr. Dragon,
For that day.
Dragon Ball Z. 12
Oh, hell yeah.
years
I remember
prior,
that.
A mangaka, or author of Japanese comics, named Akira Toriyama introduced Dragon Ball, the story of Son Goku and his quest to become the greatest
Oh, I remember
artist
that,
of the
dude.
world, nay, the universe. Like Superman, Goku was also sent to Earth from a doomed planet and possessed incredible powers. But that's pretty much where their similarities end. Goku was primarily inspired by the Monkey King's son Wukong from the Chinese novel Journey to the West.
Oh, okay.
If you have any interest in Asian culture, I highly recommend reading it. It's inspired far more than just Dragon Ball. Throw a stone at a shelf of anime, and odds are it hits something inspired by Journey to the West. Anyway, Toriyama was smart and knew that fighting is awesome, so Dragon Ball took off like a rocket. Sooner than you can say power levels are bullshit, Dragon Ball became a hit anime and then came to America, literally making its own journey to the West, and forever changing the childhoods of many. Dragon Ball Z became the gateway anime to many Westerners. However,
Mine was
since
Sailor
prior
Moon, but
anime
Dragon
had
Ball was a
very
close
little
second.
success overseas due to the differences between Japanese and American cultures, the companies responsible
Forget which
for
one's
importing
mine.
BBC understandably feared Goku's character might seem a bit selfish and heartless to a Western audience.
Their solution? Turn Goku into Superman.
This decision resulted in some strange mistranslations, such as labeling Goku's father as a brilliant scientist.
Yeah, I don't see it.
As well as
I don't
perhaps
see it.
Goku's most famous line, which many argue actually conflicts with his true character.
I am the hope of the universe. I am protector of the innocent.
You know, even when I heard that back in the day, even I thought that was a little out of character. Sounded cool, though.
Good. Nightmare to you. And this is where it all began. The nerd debates, the internet wars, East versus West, which down hero would triumph
Well, that guy's
in a
screwed.
brutal fight to the end.
In 2002, Wizards Magazine delivered an answer.
Oh.
They deduced Goku would win, stating that Superman would die to a fall from the moon to the Earth.
What?
A decade later, the website Outskirts Battledome launched, dedicated to answering versus matches. This time, Superman claimed victory. However, the chaotic debate careened out of control and eventually became banned forever.
The
Oh.
arguments only grew. The internet needed a solid answer.
That's where we came in.
We got PS3 graphics now.
Woo! I remember that day.
So no math.
And the fanboys went on, and it never stopped.
However, since January 2012, Goku and Superman have continued their adventures.
As they will.
Superman gained an all-new ability called the Super Flare, which jettisons all the solar energy stored in his body, essentially turning him into a solar bomb. However, it leaves him completely drained of his powers for the next 24 hours. As such, he will only use the Super Flare as an ultimate last resort.
Goku attained a new legendary form called Super Saiyan God. Despite being a temporary boost, Goku's body absorbed the godly power, essentially making it his new base form. Then, after mixing its power with his Super Saiyan ability, he became a Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan!
Oh my
Come on,
god.
there had to have been a better name. Ultra Saiyan, Master Saiyan, Super Ultra...
I agree, the name was really dumb.
Anything but that mouthful.
These new
I just
powers
hope it was a
have naturally
translation.
rekindled the ultimate debate.
Is this godly Goku powerful enough to defeat Superman? Or will this just be a repeat of the past?
Well, let's end this debate once and for all.
Great movie.
It's time for the rematch.
Blue
of
hair.
Legends.
It's time for a death battle!
Alright, let's do this. Oh, look, the Dragon Balls! Superman's gonna use the Dragon Balls.
Bring back Goku.
You are not from my universe.
I ban Goku. And uh-oh. He just brought back the world. That's it.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, dude. It was like the world blew up in the first match.
Like how many times was the world brought back though by the Dragon Balls?
Lost count.
Hey, Superman.
Son Goku, I've been expecting you.
Oh, it's on.
Can't even achieve that form by himself though.
It's on. Oh! Oh, no. Oh! Oh, come on, dude. You gotta rebound.
This stops.
Ooh. Oh, nice.
I'm impressed. I actually felt that.
You haven't seen anything yet.
Neither have you.
Ooh! Right in the schnoz.
With every step.
Oh, I got some Man of Steel moves.
Every breath, I could create a hurricane. This is my burden. Be thankful it is not yours.
This is backwards.
Yeah.
Don't get ahead of yourself, buddy. You're not the only one with that kind of power.
Okay.
Blue hair? I've seen worse.
Give the guy a medal for animating this.
Out of my way. Take this. You can take it, can't you? You're too strong for your own good. Out of my way.
The building should have been gone.
Oh.
Stops here. All right. Have you had your fun? I would prefer we don't accidentally destroy the Earth a second time.
Good idea.
No, I will never back down from a fight. Ah, me! Ah, me!
Oh.
I will beat you!
Stop it! This is over! I'm sorry.
Ah.
You had
Done.
a brain? Nah.
So.
Your chi is gone.
Huh.
I believe this is the part where I say, I told you so.
But King Kai, I don't understand.
You can't beat him.
Sure I can. I'll just train harder than ever.
No, Goku. You can overcome any limit put in front of you, but his power has no limit. Even if you somehow found the power to surpass him, you wouldn't have anything left to aspire to. Do you truly want that?
Yeah.
Nah, sounds boring. Oops. King Kai, do you have anything to eat?
Goku, I'm trying to be serious here.
What? My stomach has limits too, you know.
KO!
Whoa! Torches and pitchforks down! Before you start raging, please hear us out on this one, alright?
Goku is incredibly powerful, a skilled warrior, and a great character. But Superman is on a completely different level, one which really doesn't belong in versus matches like these. Sure, due to the writing style of Dragon Ball, Super Saiyan God Goku's exact limits are difficult to pinpoint. Also, Goku will likely achieve a new form in the future. It's just how Dragon Ball works nowadays. However, none of that is really a factor. Goku will always have limits, while Superman's maximum potential is limitless.
Don't believe us? Well, strap in, boys and girls. Let's look at how Superman breaks reality. One day, Superman was hanging out near Vega, the brightest star in the Lyra constellation.
For the record, that's 25 light years from Earth, or 147 trillion miles.
Naturally, a crisis occurred on Earth, so Superman's photographer buddy Jimmy activated his signal watch, calling for Superman's aid. And Superman arrived in a matter of minutes!
Being a comic book, the time Superman took getting to Earth is unspecified. However, the comic never mentioned or implied any large time lapse, and he arrived as the battle was ending. Even if we seriously lowballed this feat to taking 10 minutes, Superman would be traveling over 800 trillion miles per hour, over 1 million times the speed of light.
Dang.
But more impressively, Jimmy's signal watch operates by emitting a high-frequency sound only Superman can hear, which means Superman heard the signal in the vacuum of space 25 light-years away. That is physically impossible, except for Superman.
Oh, you aren't
He called.
impossible? How about the time he lifted Spectre off the ground? A guy literally made up of eternity. No, not insane enough for you? Well then, how about the time Superman lifted a book of infinite pages? That's right, Superman lifted both eternity and infinity.
Though he did have some help from Wonder Woman and Shazam.
Shazam!
What's half of infinity? Infinity.
Regardless, they have limits in their own strength, so while they were lifting a specific set part for each load, Superman was lifting everything else, which literally means everything else. Really, Wonder Woman and Shazam didn't even need to be there.
Superman's held a black hole, survived an explosion equal to 50 supernovas, flew through the center of a red sun, which is like tanking millions of nukes rapid fire, and once easily absorbed enough solar energy to vaporize half a galaxy. And to put an end to the Wizards magazine argument, here he is getting thrown from orbit into Earth with enough force to devastate the planet and cause nuclear winter. Oh look, he stood up moments later more pissed off than hurt. Oh, and by the way, none of this was pre-crisis.
Believe us, we know none of this makes any logical sense.
And hey, it's not our fault. These writers just keep making Superman the most impossibly OP guy ever. That's kind of what he's all about.
Exactly. Superman isn't just a sketch on paper. He's an ideal. Superman and Goku are more than just characters. They inspire. They show us the best of what we can become. This is why people get so passionate about this debate.
Goku's the epitome of a self-made man in spirit and personal goals. He inspires people to work hard to achieve dreams. To many, Goku is proof that there is no struggle that cannot be overcome.
And the world of Dragon Ball fits this mold. Every obstacle Goku faces in Dragon Ball has a limit he can overtake. Even those called gods in his universe can be defeated and surpassed.
And that is where Superman breaks this matchup. His world just doesn't fit the same mold.
Superman is an all-powerful being who is only weak to alien radiation and supernatural magic. He is not meant to be relatable. He is not meant to lose. While Goku's story is one of a man trying to be the best warrior he can be, Superman's is the story of a god trying to live amongst men. It's not about if he loses a fight, but whether or not he's doing the right thing. That's why he stands for truth, justice, and freedom. That's why he doesn't wear a mask. That's why he's called the Superman.
But hey, we know some of you out there have some questions, so let's knock them out of the park right now.
Technically, if Goku could find a way to draw energy across multiverses, his spirit bomb could possibly achieve the kind of limitless power to match Superman. But not only would that take way too long to charge, providing Superman with plenty of time to kill him thousands of times over, the spirit bomb does not hurt anyone pure of heart, like Superman.
Go on! You have to bounce it back! If you don't have any evil in you, you'll be okay.
Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan was about on par with Golden Frieza. When asked about Golden Frieza's power level at a panel, Frieza's voice actor said that since Frieza was a nice guy, it's probably 100 quintillion. Which is a pun, because power levels are nothing more than a big joke.
Superman has been beaten in battle before, when he was still learning. Saying Superman should lose because he lost to Doomsday is the equivalent of saying Goku should lose because he was one shot by Raditz. We are looking at these characters at their maximum potential, not from some random point in their timelines.
Goku may have divine ki now, but it's still ki, not magic.
Ki may be spiritual in nature, but it's still a natural source of living energy even Superman possesses. In fact, Dragon Ball emphasizes a clear difference between ki and magic.
And if Goku did destroy the sun or the planet, he can't survive in the vacuum of space. Superman can and could always just fly to another yellow sun, or even a blue one, which boosts his powers even faster.
Blue suns.
Ultimately, Goku versus Superman comes down to a difference of limits and purpose. What happens when you pit a man with the power to break any limits against a being with no limits in the first place? Well, only one has limits to give at all. But that's exactly what makes him such a memorable character.
Think about it. If you had a Goku as powerful as Superman, would you even want him?
The winner is Superman.
Fucking Superman.
In a way, I saw this coming.
Next time on Death Battle.
Knuckles versus who? Sonic?
Hey everybody, I'm Chad, I play Boomstick. I'm Ben, I play Wiz. And thank you guys so much for watching the episode. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. We worked really hard on this one. Especially that guy over there, Animator Torian. Hey, Torian.
Okay. So Nate, what did you think?
Somehow I either thought that Superman was gonna win again, or they both were gonna just stalemate. To be honest.
Okay, I'd have been fine if it was a stalemate. Honestly, if I had my way, what I would have wanted was they both kind of appeal. Like Goku maybe comes in and says, "All right, I get it. You've got all that power. I can't win." But then they both shake hands and show at SGC that not all the fights and all these death battles have to end in bloodshed and fanboy wars.
Mm-hmm. Or they completely piss off everyone.
I don't know. Like, love the animation. The guy working on it, my God. Like, he knows what he's doing. He knows how to make these really great fights and scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I can feel the stewing.
We should have this guy make a game.
Yeah, that guy definitely. Like, I wonder what models they were using. Were those made from scratch, or?
I think they were, because Goku's head didn't match though.
Yeah, because
there were quite a few animation errors.
Yeah, there were some animation errors. Like, there were reverses on Superman's S, and there were reverses on where Goku's symbol was. Like, it was on the right side. It was jumping back and forth.
Like, how does that happen? 3D?
Maybe he was reversing the camera or something.
Oh yeah, maybe.
For some trick shots.
Just to make it more interesting.
Yeah, probably. For some good shots. But the end result, again, nobody wins. Because if Goku had won, it would have just been like non-stop rants about Screw Attack giving in to the demand and the hate. And if Superman wins, now it only rekindles that flare that started 2 years ago with the first one. So, in a sense, it really doesn't solve anything, especially when these characters are constantly going to grow.
Mm-hmm. So really, all they have to do is just do another death battle later on. Yeah. The lore.
Hold on a second. Gene left to shut his dog up.
Mm.
Yeah. So, I mean, Superman's done some pretty insane stuff. Now, the one thing I was worried about, though, was with Superman being talked about like this, kind of discourages people from checking him out or reading Action comics or things like that, because they're gonna say, well, if he's so overpowered like that, then why bother even reading about him? That's so boring. He'll win every time. Which, in the context of the universe that he is in, that's not the case.
Yeah, because there is such things as it's the stuff that he's actually weak against. Goku's universe doesn't deliver, at least.
Yeah,
from the Goku standpoint.
Yeah, because like if you think about it, wouldn't Goku be considered the same with not just his universe, but in anime in general? Like, can you really say that there's anybody in anime that is as powerful as Goku has become? I mean, he's literally got god forms now.
Mm-hmm.
So he was nerfed in J-Stars.
Yeah, and considering that he was nerfed in this J-Stars Victory Versus video game just to be able to play well with the other kids in the game. Like, shows that this character really can't be in the same realm with other anime characters. I mean, shoot. Like, again, I love Dragon Ball Z, but in Dragon Ball Z's universe, like, if Goku's not around, the world is gone. These characters, outside of Goku, are so dead just looking at any new enemy that comes their way. They can't do anything. Piccolo can't do anything.
Krillin, huh?
Yeah, Krillin. I'd have argued Krillin had a chance because back in the day, that Destructo Disc was strong enough to kill even Frieza because it cut his tail off. So Krillin for a while was probably the best character, but they just never used him properly.
Well, he could have been like, you know,
He
just
could have been
backup character, but they never.
I mean, Krillin, Solar Flare, Destructo Disc, game over.
Mhm.
Like Yamcha, Tien, Chaozu, all of these other characters are completely useless in a fight.
They just scream in the background, kind of, sort of.
Pretty much, like any character that can't go blonde is useless, and even going blonde nowadays is not enough anymore. Super Saiyans are pretty much kind of like weak, low tier like characters now. Like you literally got to be able to go blue hair now to be relevant, which only to this point Vegeta and Goku are now capable of. So that means only Vegeta and only Goku are the two relevant characters that can actually be world saviors in their own universe. There's nobody else. Nobody else can do it.
Yeah, and I see that they would have to make like lackeys or something like that for the other characters to actually be of some use.
Yeah, and like say what you will about Superman being OP, but at least in the DC Comics universe or Marvel's comic universe, at least all of these other superheroes are still relevant and have their own storylines.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does Yamcha have his own storyline going on? That'd be interesting.
Well, he had one.
yeah, he had one going
So
on.
Vegeta took it over.
It's pretty much he had a storyline going on with Bulma, but there went that.
Vegeta.
So yeah, I just don't want to hear about this whole Superman's a boring character and Goku's a better character, because honestly, they're both the same in the context of their own universes. They're both the most overpowered heroes in their universe, but that doesn't mean they can't be beaten. That doesn't mean they can't face trials that can put them to the test. So this war is...
It's a mismatch. It's like saying like the other one's ice, the other one's fire, and this is the iciest ice, and this is the most fiery fire, and I don't know if that's a good analogy.
I mean, and come on, like Superman's almost got 100 years. I mean, he's got like 76 years now, backing him from then all the way to now. So it makes sense for him to have constantly been pushing his limits to get this far. Goku's only been around for a little over 20 years, like almost 30, if not 30. That's not even half of how long Superman's been around. So Goku still has a lot of stories to tell. He's still got a lot of limits to push.
And plus, at the same time, the story arcs that they reference are not even completed yet.
Yeah, the camera just died. Well, I guess we can just
do the audio.
Yeah, just did the audio.
It's working, right?
Yeah, it's still going.
No camera.
Yeah, okay, we'll just have the camera fade out. So yeah, that's ultimately both characters are great. They're both they've both been written very well by the respective authors and writers that have to write with them. Like Akira Toriyama hasn't written everything. I mean, he writes the basis for these characters, but I'm sure he has help.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, wasn't it like a different guy who wrote Battle of Gods and made like the characters, like Beerus?
Beerus.
So yeah, what do you have to say, Gene?
Hope you guys are ready.
Oh boy.
Hey.
You might want to turn off this video because it's about to get really, really salty.
Uh-oh.
This whole video sucked. It completely sucked. Everything about it sucked. Everything. It was pointless. It was boring.
Well,
they went on this. I'm sorry, but I gotta get this on my chest. All right. The whole 20-minute thing. Well, first of all, how long was this video? Like 20 minutes or something like that?
Yeah, around there.
But the last part of it was like 15 minutes of them trying to smooth things over. Nobody cares. No one's gonna be listening to that.
No.
The fight itself was really stupid. Okay, the animation was decent. It was passable. I'll give it that. But the entire fight was completely pointless and stupid. All right, Superman uses the Dragon Balls to bring back Earth. Where the hell did he get them?
I don't know. Like, I kind of thought that, like, okay, well, if Piccolo's gone,
All right, if he went to like New Namek,
okay, yeah,
and got those,
it would be a
that's
different
one
dragon.
thing.
It would be a different dragon though. It would have been Purunga, I think.
Yeah, big
it
old belly.
It wouldn't be that dragon.
What was the point about bringing up? Okay, the whole the what they're using is that, well, Superman and Goku's got new powers. That's why we're doing this thing again. Well, okay, tell me, why has Goku used his powers yet Superman never used his? Never once did Superman use the solar flare.
Super flare.
Whatever.
Super flare.
Yeah, you're right. The super flare. You're right. Solar flare.
Solar flare is a Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
No, whatever about that one.
You're right.
That's a Dragon Ball Z move.
The super.
Superman did it better.
I thought the ending was idiotic. The whole ending was idiotic. That
Like, it felt like they were trying to smooth DBZ fans over, but at the same time, they were kind of putting Superman down a little bit. Like, oh, that's yeah.
I don't
Goku's
mean
like,
that.
oh, that's
I don't
cool.
mean that. I mean the ending of the fight. The ending of the fight was idiotic. First of all, he tells Goku, "Let's not do this." Goku says, "No, the hell with that. I never quit a fight." I guess they're using the Japanese version of Goku. I don't know. I just would never see Goku doing that. Goku has. It makes Goku look like the only thing he cares about is fighting.
Which I guess in the Japanese version, that's pretty much true.
Well, that makes him a horrible character. So I just don't believe that.
Well, because you and I both saw the Dragon Ball Z Kai, which apparently people, even DBZ fans, are saying is the correct translation. And if that's true, like, ugh.
He walks through a Kamehameha blast. Really?
I thought it was cool, but
yeah, it was cool. It was freaking stupid. That's his most power. If he's getting punched and kicked and he's flying all over the place, yeah, he just casually walks through a Kamehameha blast.
Mm-hmm.
There, he could have used the solar flare, the sun super flare, and then just evaporate Goku and the rest of the city, and then he's standing in rubble. And of course, I'm sure that people would love that after Man of Steel.
No, but then after that, he wouldn't have had no energy to even do anything else extra, like that lobotomy.
This whole video was a complete waste of time. They were in the beginning. They were just regurgitating information that fans of these already know.
Mm-hmm.
The whole it was just a straight up money grab. It was just as bad as I thought it was going to be. It wasn't entertaining at all.
Well, because we already kind of knew what it was.
And another thing, I hate the way they portrayed Superman.
I'm not a fan of that either.
This whole thing that Superman has no limits is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up bullshit. He does have limits.
He just has to break them. And he's had...
Like everyone else. If he had no limits, well, then there would be no story. He would never die. He would never... he wouldn't be affected... Well, kryptonite and magic. How do you explain that if he has no limits? Yeah. Well, he hasn't figured out a way in his mind not to be affected by magic. Depending on
writers, he's been able to withstand the effects of them long enough. But eventually, they do wear him down when used properly.
They could have done anything else. They could have done Goku versus Naruto.
And then Goku lose to Naruto. Oh God!
Believe it.
Oh my God! Imagine the backlash if Goku lost to Naruto. Oh God!
Believe it. I know that's...
There'd be bloodshed and riots. That would have made the news.
Why are they using Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan when we only see him use it once? Apparently, so far he's only used it once.
And from what I hear, it's not really good.
So what was the point of this?
I guess people were begging for it, so I guess they delivered in a way. I didn't ask for it. I'm just telling you what I think.
This was a 26-minute waste of time. It's one of the worst videos I've ever seen on YouTube, period. And I don't ever care to see it again.
Because it encourages hate and stupidity?
Yes,
in a way.
Hate, stupidity, first off, it makes Superman look terrible.
It makes them both look terrible.
It makes them both look terrible. It's a fight that really never should have happened. Because you really can't have a fight like this between Superman and Goku.
Now, when it comes to... Sorry, Kojo. But okay, when it comes to the actual animated fight, I get it. It's only for entertainment purposes, and it's not supposed to be an exact representation of how the characters are. It's just supposed to be them...
I think that's part of the problem.
Yeah, throwing their morals out the window.
That's part of the problem.
And just going all out with no mercy and just kind of letting loose.
I mean, the animation was alright, but the story was just...
yeah, okay, because...
Story was shit.
First of all, okay, if you wanna go on about if you want to complain about Superman using the Dragon Balls for whatever reason, whatever, it doesn't make sense. Don't care. But then, as soon as the Earth is back, immediately comes down to where Goku's busting out of the Earth, to immediately start a rematch. No conversation, just all right, let's duke it out again. They duke it out for a while. Superman explains near the end of the fight, let's stop this. I'd rather not we blow up the Earth accidentally a second time. Goku throws caution to the wind. Complete disregard for humanity. Just like, I don't care. I want to fight. Which, honestly, now that we kind of know more about the Japanese translation and that's kind of how it was, I kind of would buy that. Because, shoot, look what he did after the Buu saga. He flat out left his family and said, see you guys, I'm going to go fight this Oob character that I just found and leave you guys for years on end because I like to fight and you guys are boring.
You guys don't challenge me no more.
And unfortunately, it's not entirely his fault. It's the fault of his heritage as a race. The Saiyan race is unfortunately plagued with that immortal flaw. They love to fight. They're all about violence. That's just the nature of their race. That's the whole pride problem. Vegeta's guilty of it too, but at least Vegeta's got more control since he eventually figured out that Bulma and his family was more important. But yeah, like, and that's just how they are. That's how the Saiyans are.
Bye, Bulma. I'm sorry.
They're always wanting to push the limit and allow their enemies to become strong. Caution be damned. Like, Vegeta's like, oh, Cell, if you absorb Android 18, you'll get stronger? Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, go ahead, do it. And Trunks was like, what the hell are you doing?
Alright, guys, what do you think of the video?
What did I think of the video?
Yes.
I thought the fight was entertaining enough due to the animator. Then the guy, good job on the fight. I'm not a fan of them kind of going on about this whole hatred thing, and they might be unintentionally doing it, or they might have better goals in mind, or they might have had the best of intentions, but again, some of the worst things can be done with the best of intentions, especially when it's something people are passionate about.
Oh, yeah.
It's people making a death battle who don't understand Goku or Superman.
Yeah, like, I'm not a fan of how they come off like elitists, like they're the final answer, and telling people that this is what Superman is, this is what he represents, this is what he does, and that's it, because that's not true.
You guys don't know your ass from a hole in the ground.
Like, Superman's got a lot of different reasons for existing and doing what he does, and same for Goku. To say that this is the defined reason why they are what they are and this is what they do is wrong. Because they mean a lot of things to different people and they do a lot of things.
Well, if they were going to do a rematch, they could have done Link versus Cloud 2, because that's another one that really pissed a lot of people off. Link beat Cloud.
Talia.
But like I said, the whole thing was just pointless.
Well,
this was a bad video, and you should feel bad for watching it. Go ahead. Go ahead, Nate.
Nah, but at the same time, though, like, we kind of knew everything that was gonna happen, though, already, and the lore is not there to support another death battle, so why do they want to have, like, this death battle is pointless in that regard. Stories ain't done.
I know, like,
why do you want to have a death battle when the story ain't done?
Yeah, we're 3 episodes in on Dragon Ball S.
Yeah, I know. Like, why do you want a death battle right now?
They sounded like they weren't interested in doing a third one, because they flat out said that Superman doesn't belong in these type of versus videos because of his powers.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, because, you know, I will agree that if you take away Superman's morale, and you take away, and if Superman was bloodlusted and he didn't care and he went all out brutality on somebody and didn't care, yeah, he probably would
kill some people.
He probably would win with very little effort. But that's not what Superman is. Superman holds back every time he fights. And no matter what fight he's in, because of his compassion, because of his love, his natural love, his affection, his need to hold on to his humanity and not want to kill anybody. it's a constant burden for him. And he doesn't want to kill anybody. And even like in New 52, I believe there was where Batman got Superman's powers, or Batman realized how easy it was to lose your mind, and use that power and go nuts with it.
Ba, ba, ba.
So.
Several things before I finish off my part of it. First of all, I know in the comments there's going to be some people who are going to try to run out mathematical calculations and stuff like that, and how inaccurate the numbers were, Well, let me ask you this. Do you ever stop to think that maybe trying to scientifically calculate how strong these characters are is impossible? Considering how these stories and characters fluctuate over the years?
And depending on who's in the middle of
and depending on who's on the middle of writing it,
can change what they do.
Again, you're trying to add mathematical and scientific equations to make-believe characters. 2, for those who think that Goku is such a better written character than Superman such a badly written character, again, I like Goku a lot, but isn't every single arc of Dragon Ball Z more or less the same thing? A new, powerful enemy comes along, and Goku's got trained to beat him.
Yeah, while all the other characters try and eventually kind of get their butts kicked. Or the characters get their moment to shine, but then quickly get shown just how futile it was.
I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. It's very entertaining. I mean, Dragon Ball Z is one of my favorite animes, and it's incredibly entertaining.
Oh, yeah. Hands down.
And for those who think that Superman is a badly written and unrelatable character, that's another thing that pissed me off, too. They say he's unrelatable.
Yeah, to say he's unrelatable, that's not true.
All I gotta say, and I'll say this just once, if you think Superman's a badly written, unrelated character, read the current arc in Action Comics. He is more relatable than Goku's ever been in that arc alone.
But then again, though, like Superman could always be rewritten into some other arc, and
but that's the
point. Like Superman has too much lore behind him.
Yes.
Way too much lore.
But people don't want to hear that. They just want to hear what they want to hear. They listen to a 30-minute podcast and they'll just hear just one sentence. No, in this calculation and here in this part of the manga, Goku did this. Like, whatever. Just believe whatever you want to believe. And throw a party for yourself. I don't care.
So,
I guess that's it.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, guys, I know you're gonna comment below. You don't need us to tell you what to do.
This is me being very hipster right now.
Yeah.
Gene with his one-sided comb-over haircut.
We love Dragon Ball Z.
That's right, Nick.
And whatchamacallit, the raccoon eyeshadow.
There you go.
We love Dragon Ball Z.
Fuck everything.
We love Superman. We love comics. We
Fuck
love manga. But ultimately, we're not going to choose one or the other.
Ultimately, it's pointless.
It is.
Yeah.
Can we all go back to reality? I miss that. I miss reality.
Unfortunately, this is our reality. Living in a world where people get so passionate that
I know Will's happy.
Why would I be happy? Well,
it's over. It's over.
Okay,
that's why we're happy.
Okay, I'm in Superman's corner. Fine. It wouldn't have mattered either way.
Just admit you're happy that Superman won, right?
Okay, I'm happy Superman won.
Right.
It doesn't change anything.
Would you have been fanboy angry if he lost?
No.
No.
Good. I don't.
Good.
When do I get fanboy angry about anything?
A few times.
Yeah, when? Yeah. Name them off right here, right now.
Well, maybe not fanboy angry, but annoyed at other things. But that's not important. I just want to keep Will honest. But Will's lucky because in all these death battles, the character that Will has always rooted for has never lost. Which I actually do envy him, actually. Every character he's rooted for has always won. That's why he loves this show so much.
I was a little distraught. I'm like, what? Spider-Man beat Batman? Well, I guess.
Oh, give me a break.
Well, I guess that's all right.
You are not that big of a Batman fan.
Yeah, I was. I swear, it really.
Well, Batman, Spider-Man's always been kind of even for you. I think that's kind of.
I thought it was kind of weird. I'm like, oh my god, Spider-Man killed the crap out of him, but
I don't think you really cared when Batman beat Captain America, right?
I thought it was funny. I'm like, damn, I thought I hung the guy.
But the funny thing is, if they ever did a death battle between Sailor Moon and Ryoko Matoi, I know Sailor Moon would win. because that's Will's favorite character.
I don't know. Ryoko might win just because she don't give a damn.
I don't know.
Okay, guys. So
it's dumb.
that was our reaction to Superman versus Goku 2. The camera died like in the middle of it, so sorry about that. Well,
Goku can eat a dick.
yeah, like okay. Now before we go, let's talk about the salt
I'm just kidding.
that some of these guys have given.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some other reactions. We've all seen some other reactions. My
It wasn't
God.
nearly as bad as I thought it was.
Wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it would be too.
It
But
wasn't a mountain load of videos we got the first one.
yeah, but the ones that were bad were really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like they wouldn't listen to reason. Like even when Screwtags in the end, like you said, how nobody would want to listen to that. Like some people were literally shouting "FUs" and BS, 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 BS the whole time, not even listening.
Yeah. Fuck Superman, fuck Superman, fuck Superman. Yeah, we watched a college humor video called Adventures of Butthurt Anime Boy.
Yeah.
As funny as it was really sad because it's actually very true.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Anime is great. It's just the fans that suck.
Which honestly can be applied to anything, really. But...
Yeah.
Butter.
I don't know. I'm gonna play some J-Stars later. Make myself feel better.
Okay. Thank you guys for listening to us go on about this thing. Hopefully you guys got the brains to realize how pointless and futile this whole anime
Hopefully
versus...
our video we just did isn't as pointless as the video we just watched.
Yeah, but there's no reason you can't love both characters. There's no, like, this isn't Highlander. There doesn't have to be only one.
You could love PlayStation, or you could love Xbox, or you could love your Wii.
Whoa, Nate, let's not get crazy.
You could like your Marvel, you could like your DC, you could like your animes.
Let's not get crazy here. I mean, PlayStation, come on. Okay.
Oh,
Here, you can love whatever.
blasphemy.
Well, guys, thank you for watching.
If, who does Dragon Ball Z? Hikaru Tora, and who runs the show over in Japan? I forgot.
Funimation or Toei? I don't know.
Toei, yeah, Toei. It'd be funny if they wanted to troll somebody. It's like, well, because Goku lost again to Superman, unfortunately, we're gonna have to cancel the Dragon Ball Z show. Very sorry.
It's like
April Fools.
It's kind of like how they're treating this. It's like if one person wins, that means the other's series gets canceled or something. Like this is official, guys. It's not real. None of this is official.
Anyway, there you go.
If anything, I liked it because it enlightened me to, like, I mean, come on, as big a Superman fan as I am, he's got over 76 years of history of comics, guys. There's no way I could catch up on all of that. Surely I missed a few things. Like, I didn't know about that whole infinite, like, the Book of Infinity feat where he literally lifted up eternity and infinity. Like, wow, that's power.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, screw it.
That's like, damn.
No,
Okay.
but oh yeah.
Yeah, all right. Last time, we're done. What, Nate?
Oh, but and at the same time, they're using all the lore of Goku and then taking a snippet of Superman, but still he won.
Yeah, isn't that something? They used all of the lore of Goku that he has up to now. They only used pre-86. No. After 86, up until New 52, and that was it. And still, like. Okay, so
That's
goodbye.
it. Bye.